Hi, Cesar. Shani wants to ask you a question.
Sure.
Hi, Caesar.
Hi.
I don't know if it's too vague, but I was just curious if, when we feel energy, like from other people or just in general, but if that's
Yes.
all part of the illusion, then what
Yes.
is there?
Just remain as sincere. So you feel it, but it doesn't stick around. If you don't do anything, even if you have to move away from that, either you move away from that or they move away from you. But it doesn't interact with you. Are you following? As long as you think about it and you feel separate from it, you get mentally involved. If you have to fix it all the time. So if you don't get mentally involved, it gets, let's say that it gets neutralized. It's like when you have a magneto. See, when they are opposing, this magneto cannot get close to the other magneto, right? It's exactly the same. If you turn the magneto around, then it gets attached to the other one, right? It's exactly like that. So whatever is there, whatever is going to be there is there, and there is more than what you can possibly imagine. So we become aware of a tiny little thing floating around. We get mentally involved, and then we either maximize it or minimize it or try to do something. We start playing mentally with it. How to deal with that question is how to deal with it, right? And the question is how. How means method, right? Practice, system, mechanism, and that's gonna be mental, right? So there is no how for anything. If there is a how, there must be a who, right? If there is a who, problems are going to be there. Actually, there is no who, there is not even a what, much less a how. I don't know if I am making any sense. It may sound a little bit abstract, but it's because it is that simple. So. Not even the most powerful magician or evil mind wizard, nothing. It just, if there is no hand that catches it, that has to go back to its place of origin. And that person must be ready to get that back because it goes back 1,000 times stronger than the power that it was sent. So all these people that are playing with energy, all that, they have no idea what they're talking, what they're doing. Even the people that play with the Kundalini and all that, all that is terribly dangerous. So, and to play with that, there must be an idea that that is separate from you. And then you're going to play with it, you're going to control it, you're going to manipulate it, you're going to make it higher, to rise, to go up, to go down. And Otherwise, stay at home.
Don't engage.
Right. No, how can you live like that?
Yeah, exactly.
So if the ego is not there, you see, the funny part is that when the ego is not there, you are more aware of, aware of more things that you didn't even know that it existed. But because there is no ego, you don't get mentally involved. It's just there. There is more there than what people can possibly imagine, right? But if the ego is there, the ego wants to go there, right, and experience that, right, and to play with it. If there is no ego, there is nobody who is going to play with it. It's just there. So leave it alone. It's another possibility that is there, right? It's another energy form that is there. Just leave it alone. Now, if you need to interact with that, right, it's going to happen automatically, right? And it's going to be selflessly. It's not going to be for egoic individual purposes, right? So this is what people speak, the expansion of consciousness doesn't expand. It cannot expand. See? It cannot expand. It's just you become more aware of more things that already they are already. It's like you are looking in a microscope, right? And then if you move the plaque where the sample is, oh, the vision is getting broader, right? Is the microscope expanding? Or you are just aware of more things that you couldn't see before, but the awareness cannot expand. Even that the idea that somebody is traveling here and there, nothing, everything is traveling in front of you. I like this analogy of the microscope. You put a sample here, everything that is in the universe is here, right? The totality of phenomenon is here, but you are aware of a tiny little dot. And then if you move this, you can see more of what is there. But who is moving? Who is going anywhere? The observer is not going anywhere. It's not traveling anywhere. This is just, right? The observer is always in the same no place. It's non-located. It's omnidirectional, right? But it doesn't move in any direction. This is difficult to explain, but that's why I give the analogy of the microscope. It's not you go there and see something there. That just appears in front of you, right? That moves in front of you, right? And then you can see what is there. Okay, so what? It was there before you saw it, so? Right? Okay. If there is ego, then oh my God, now I am more aware of, see, my awareness is expanding. My awareness is more expanded than yours, and the spiritual hierarchy begins to, Now, if you are just aware of what is happening, that means that there is no ego awareness. There is no awareness, right? Then you're aware of all that, but it doesn't stick around. It's just there. It will not even affect you physically, much less mentally and spiritually as your reality. Pues forget about that. That is completely untouched. So if you realize that your reality is untouched, right? Then the rest of it is also untouched, mind and body. And for that, that's the beauty of it. That there is no system, no practice, no technique, no methods, right? No tantra, no yantra, no mantra, no meditation, no visualization. No need to wear anything that protects you. See, if you know that there is no second entity apart from yourself, you're going to be protected from what? And I'm saying that because I was in this magic world before. Not that I was, I'm aware of it. It's not that I am out, it's like I just don't play with it anymore. I was into this energy thing, shamanism and all that, and entities, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but if there is no ego, you can go in and out of anything. You remain untouched. Right? Otherwise, you get mentally trapped. You conceptualize it, identify yourself with it, and get locked into that. And yet, you are free from it. Right? But you believe that you are locked into that. Right? It's a thought. Then you can be anywhere. Right? Circumstances can be whatever, right? Energy can be low, high, beautiful, ugly, okay. Like the screen on a cinema show, right? You can project anything. You can project high energy, low energy. You can project a Disneyland movie, a war movie. What difference does it make? You can dance with the demon. You can dance with Satan and say, okay, goodbye. Thank you for the dance. See you later, pal. Hey, fine. There's no blister around. Thank you. Very entertaining. Off you go. Right? Everything comes and go. I stay. Right? Then this after the other. The city, the forest. Right? Geez, you are okay. Everything is okay. And there is no if you are okay. You are always okay. You may think that you are not. Or that this is not okay, and then it will make me feel not okay. Am I answering your question or I went elsewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was great. Yeah, I like the if you think you're okay, you're okay. You could be anywhere and you're okay.
Yes.
Mm.
Your natural state is always there. Your reality is always there. You are always that. You cannot not be that. Right? What you are is absolute beatitude, absolute silence, empty of anything. Everything is there, everything is within you. The good, the bad, and the ugly. There is nothing separate from you, that's the whole point. It's not that you become good, you don't become anything. The good, the bad, and the ugly, right, are in the same movie, see, projected on the same screen. That's a movie, no? The good, the bad, and the ugly. All the three of them are projected on the same screen that is separable from the same screen. Right? Okay, what to do? This is not about goodness, or this is not about anything. This is about to have the vision of the totality. You see, not to have a limited perspective, see? A relative perspective, to have an absolute perception. Whatever is there, however you like to call it, is inseparable from you. Therefore, it must be you too. So, if everything is you, what is the other? And how can you define the other if it doesn't exist? Is a tsunami separate from the ocean? Or it is the ocean? Huh? So if it is a small ripple in a peaceful beach and a tsunami, it's just the same water, right? What to do? By the way, there is a tsunami warning in Australia from this Tonga volcano or something that erupted. Have you heard of it? A volcano that apparently erupted 1 or 2 days
Australia?
ago. Yeah,
Really? I didn't hear about that.
yeah. Yeah, COVID is making too much noise. Nobody can hear anything else. Omicron. There's a joke now on internet. I like it. It's a new virus. It's another con. Because as the nature of my job, I have to spend a lot of time with somebody. This is my research tool.
Stay connected.
So the only power that anyone or anything has over you is the power that you allow it to give to you. For some people, this makes no sense, because it makes no sense, but it still is a fact. There is an analogy where in that Hindu mythology, right, that the absolute reality represented by Shiva is overpowered by Kali, by the illusion, right? And then Shiva is on the floor, apparently dead. It's not dead, it's just plain dead, right? So it creates illusion and then itself falls under the illusion of its own illusion. So it gives permission to the illusion to fool itself to makes no sense, but that's the way it is. It's the absolute no sense. All this knowledge says the evil people are good people because they bring you closer to God. See, the bad people, the evil people pushes you right to God. So that's their job. So here there is nobody can understand this. To be honest with you, that's the whole point. That there is no two. One that is going to understand the other. One is the other, and the other one is that, and that alone is, and then you can finally rest in peace. while alive, still alive, you're already resting in peace. That's a true walking death, right? All this knowledge is just distorted, misinterpreted. That's all. And now and then, some people appear and clear all that mess. What all these analogies and symbols actually mean, what they do represent. Right? I was told, see, let the people be good or evil. You love them, whether they are good or evil. Right? So love sets you free from good and evil. See, because the good turn into evil. Right? They are so good that they turn into evil eventually. There's a fight between good and evil. If you are fighting, so how good are you? So you love them, and then you don't enter into the fight because you don't see anything separate from you that you can possibly fight to. That's the end of conflict. You don't go to the battlefield. That's all. You are the battlefield where this fight is taking place. And the witness of the fight. You don't go there anymore. You were never there in the first place. What else? Here is a paradox. If you believe that there is something that can bother you, it will bother you, even though you remain untouched. If you represent body mind, then you believe that you are bothered, right, by something. If you realize that you are not body and the mind, even if something is bothering, it's not bothering you. I mean, look, that's what I'm trying to say. The condition must be there. You must be aware of the condition. Call it vibration, the energy, call it whatever you like, right? It's still you're aware of it, but it doesn't bother you. And it's temporary, like any other phenomenon. If it is an energy form, it's subject to get changed, to get transformed, to disappear. Right? You have an idea the tremendous amount of effort is exhausting and boring, right? To keep an energy form consciously. Good Lord. To keep the spell. You have to constantly, Jesus, have a break. Go to the beach, you're for a change, do something else. Right? And the obsession, right? To get something out of that. Oof. Go for a walk or something. Get Netflix. That's the analogy of the lotus flower in India, right? Where does it grow? It grows out of the dirt, right? So the lotus is not separate from the dirt, right? The dirt is not separate from the lotus. So what? So Terry,
Yes.
how is your vibration?
That's my what?
Your vibration, how is it?
Below average.
Low average. Huh? Below average. Define average. There was a song from the Beach Boys, wasn't it, about good vibration? Good.
Oh.
See,
When
what
you're
people,
talking about,
what people call good and evil is basically pleasant or unpleasant. That's all. It's pleasure and pain. Then it goes psychologically interpreted as good and evil. The bad is not evil, even if it looks like it's just a bad. It's just doing bad things. Not bad. Bad is T. So the bats do what the bats do. Bats. Some people even turn a bat into a hero, Batman. A tsunami is not evil, a volcano is not evil because it produces chaos. It's just doing it's helpless, right? Oops, off you go, right? Sun is burning, you can't help it, can it? Right? It's not evil, it's not good or evil. It's not good if it makes the crops to grow, and it's not evil if it burns you down, right?
Yeah, sure.
Especially in Australia, isn't it? If it is true the theory, because of the hole in the zone, we call it ozone zone, ultraviolet rays and all that stuff. So we are more sensitive to it, right? So the sun is not good because it grows the crops, and it's not evil because it can burn you, right?
Yeah.
If you are hypoglycemic, then watermelon is good for you, right? If your sugar level is too high, then watermelon is bad for you. So the watermelon is it good or it's also relative, right? Destruction is part of the regenerating process, creation, maintenance, right? So destruction, transformation, right?
I'd still rather be in the forest than the city, though.
Sorry?
I would still rather be in a forest than a city.
You
though.
can say that you are not used to the forest. Go to the forest, you won't survive. You will miss the comfort of the city. Only the mosquitoes, especially in Australia, go that anything can kill you. Even in your own house, something can kill you.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
True.
How many people I heard, no, I will go to the Amazon. Good luck on that. If you are used to that, fantastic. Maybe the guy in the Amazon may not survive the city, is not used to it. He may be run by a car or something. See, for something is stupid that for you is so simple, right? So a red butt spider can kill you, right, in your house. It can be in your toilet, right? The red butt spider, it can bite you in your butt.
I got bitten by a spider a couple of days ago.
No wonder you. I'm joking. Experiencing the side effects. So. I'm joking.
That's why my energy is below average.
Yes. Everybody's worried about we're going to die. We are all going to die sooner or later. The question is not how are you going to die or when are you going to die. The question is how are you going to live. Afraid of death? Then you are dead already. You are not living. You are dead. You are not even enjoying a bit of this temporary show. Everybody's worried about the cycle of birth and death, but nobody's concerned about, see, how am I going to live from point A to point B? Miserably or happily? There is not even a choice. If you remain choiceless, or if you realize that there is not even a choice to remain choiceless, that you are choicelessness itself, then fantastic. Enjoy the ride. Some people say you have no choice but to remain choiceless. There is not even that choice. Is your reality is choiceless awareness. So what choices do you have? Do you even have the choice to be choiceless? Right? I mean, a little bit of logic. How is one's reality described? Nameless, formless, right? Choiceless, awareness. Yes? Then what choices are there? What is the so-called choice? Possibilities, right? You don't have to choose them, they're already there. They exist in a potential state and they will just show up. And the ones that are already manifested, it will turn back into potentiality, and then it will turn into something else, and the story goes on and on and on. There's nobody behind the wheel, my friend. This is on autopilot. And then you surrender, right? And then you disappear. Means you never existed. As an individual, you never existed. As the absolute, you always exist. And there is not even the choose to believe that you're an individual or to lose your sense of individuality. There you go. So if you go to the forest, kangaroos will kick you around. Kangaroos will kick you back to the. How are you doing? Go back there. You are not used. The kangaroo will save you. He will send you back to your environment. People are so romantic about all these romantic. The romanticism about nature, the moon. Go to nature and tell me how romantic it is. You see a kangaroo in a t-shirt, in a cartoon, it's so cute. You see a kangaroo in the real life. It's not that kind or sweet or even cute. Huh?
True.
So the nature of the world is that's the nature of nature. And it's natural, right? Nature is natural, right? What to do? We live in a fantasy land here, in a mental world. So we cannot see the reality of life and the fact that it is inseparable from you. The two facts, you cannot see the factuality of this, and neither the actuality of factuality that it is inseparable from you. So whatever it is also you. You alone are, right? Or that alone is. Either you alone are, right? Or there is no you and that alone is. It's the same statement from the point of view of an apparent individual and from the point of view that there is no individual. From the idea of non-duality or from the idea of neither duality or non-duality. If I am that, then I don't exist, right?
Right.
If I don't exist, that alone is. It's a simple mathematic formula.
Yeah.
That minus I, that equals that alone is. So life minus I, no problem. Life plus I, no problem, but apparently there is a problem. Still there is no problem because the problem is apparent, right? And the problem is I, right?
Yeah.
The I have a problem. As long as I appears, the problem appears, right? The subject of the problem and the object of the problem, right? The subject of the experience and the object of the experience. When I appear, something else is there. If I am not there, nothing else is there. Right?
Yeah.
Suppose that it is true that the world will disappear in 100 years. Then, is
Sorry,
that,
what was that?
suppose that it is true that the world will last for another 100 years, planet Earth. If people really knew this is a fact, the way of life, the way you are living is going to change completely. You will not waste it in conflict. Right? Then enjoy the bananas for as long as they last and cheers and goodbye. Right?
Yeah, true.
So to understand life, see, you have to get out. See? Meaning by you, reasoning, intellect, right? There's no instrument to understand life. Life is already explaining itself. Life is already loud and clear. Right?
Yeah.
But we want to see what we want to see. We want to understand what we want to understand. See, we want what we want, not what is there.
Yeah, true.
So the only instrument is your own consciousness. That's all. Life is the book, the heart is the teacher. We were told that. Right? Book means knowledge. What is the world? The world is the known. The known means knowledge, right? Just look at it, right? And then you learn. You know means you know. Learning means I know. So I know what is this all about. What is the nature of all this, right?
Right.
Once you know what is the nature of all this, then it's no longer a problem. Right? If you know what is the nature of all this, then you know what is your true nature, right? That which
Yeah,
is aware of it. Right? And also, you know that all this is inseparable from you. See, everything comes back to the same simple fact. If you know that everything is temporary, then enjoy for as long as it lasts. Or bear it for as long as it lasts. It is this pleasure, by all means, bring it on, mama. Right? For how long can it last, the pleasure? even your whole body will not survive it. Your nervous system will freak out of too much pleasure, right? Too much pleasure will damage the sensitivity of the body and it will make you dull. So
Yeah,
you have to
sure.
have a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Right? So if there is pleasure, welcome. Enjoy it for as long as it lasts. If there is pain, then bear it for as long as it lasts. You can. That doesn't mean that you will not try to get rid of the pain. But you can get rid of the pain without being in conflict with the pain. Can you see that?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
And you can enjoy the pleasure without having to prolong it. Yeah. Or running away from it, because many people are trying to avoid pleasure, don't know why, especially the monks and the religious, spiritual people. Oh no, that's too nice, leave it. Stop it. This is why they love to perform austerities. See, they love pain. They reject pleasure and they love pain. See, self-inflicted pain. Any form of austerity is a futile, useless, self-inflicted pain. Celibacy, fasting, only if it is for a medical purpose, right? Like the so-called intermediary fasting or whatever it is. How do they call it? Fasting means the body needs rest.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yes. And then the body will regenerate by itself. See, then what are you doing? What is the technique? Do nothing, not even eat. Means rest. Because the body is hyper excited, hyper stimulated, right?
Yeah.
Much stimuli, right? Rest, the body recovers. And what is the secret? No secret. What is the practice? No practice. It recovers by itself, right? There is a regenerating possibility there. It's already there. People don't understand. Everything is already there. Just leave it alone. Fasting, silence, vows, celibacy, all that, right? Going through discomfort, consciously sacrifice and all that.
Either.
Hmm?
When I work, at the end of the day, my body feels like that, like the buzzy.
Like that?
So, pardon?
Your body feels like?
Like the buzz, like buzzy after I work all day. So is it like, so you're saying when you feel like that, just rest?
Yes.
Lay down and nothing.
Even if you can even push the body further from its boundary. That's also a possibility, right?
Yeah.
But the technique is the same, none.
Yeah.
And without, the body is suffering. If you have no choice, right? Whether you like it or not, whether it is for the whatever it is the reason, and you need that energy, yes, it will come. That's my experience.
Yeah.
Physically, I've been sick with the pain in my hip when the injury and all that still is there, but it's way much better. So I couldn't even sit. I was very uncomfortable. I will sit to talk about this, and I wouldn't even nothing is there. After that, everything came back to to its painful state. And the way to alleviate it just comes, right? You may have to stop doing this, you may have to start doing that, but if you want to forget something, keep quiet. If you want to know something, keep quiet. Right? If you want to remember something, keep it. There's nothing more powerful than a quiet mind. So whatever I need is there. Any possibility is there. Right? I just have to get out of the way. Because I'm holding to one possibility only, yes? I am obsessed with this possibility. That's the only way. Right? You get out of the way, and any way is possible. I hope I don't sound harsh or anything.
Oh,
I don't mean
believe that.
I don't mean that. I don't mean any of that. See, I don't mean to be harsh or rude. When I say get out of the way, it's not like like in a supermarket. Like, hey, get out of my way. No, it's
I believe that, like, get out of your own way. Yeah.
any way is possible, right? This is why this is the way, according to whom. Right? There are no ways. No ways, Jose's, people say, right? Everything is possible. Again, this is more science than mysticism, than anything. Right? What is the world? Possibilities. It's possible, right? It's so possible that it is there. These possibilities existed forever. They were just there in a latent state, unmanifested, right? What is the world? Matter. What is matter? Condensed energy. So this is a whole bunch of patterns of behavior, see, that were there in a potential state. Now they have the chance to behave, to be. They are manifested now, right? And there is infinite amount of possibilities on a cube, right? It's why this one cannot be attached to itself, because there is a way stuff waiting for you to get out of the way so something else can happen, right? You see why our life is so boring. So there is a particular way of behavior, and I keep that way of behavior by holding an identity with it. That this is me. I cannot be, see, I or life cannot be in a different way. So it's always so you don't have to plan, visualize, project, focus onto. No. Because how can you choose something that you don't know? Tell me. From where are you going to choose? Right? If you want to wear clothes, from where are you going to choose? From your closet. And your closet is full of stuff that you know. So you only can choose from what you know. You can never choose the unknown. Right? And everybody is terrified of the unknown. Okay, and how am I going to know that it's going to be okay? Right? But there is only one way to know it. Right? Right? Don't choose, let it come and see how it goes. Right? Because that's your reality. The one that sees how things goes, how things comes and goes. Within you, right? Fear, right? Fear. Fear of the known produces the clinging. Fear of the unknown produces the clinging to the known, right? And to cling to the known, you need a system, right? The system belongs to the ego, so there's the ego system, right? It's a system that guarantees me that the known is going to be there all the time. The pleasant, because the unpleasant, I also develop a system to avoid it, right? Or to make sure that it doesn't happen. So clinging implies effort. See? You need arthritis for that. Attachment, effort. If nothing is separate from you, how can we even speak about attachment and detachment? I am so detached. Yeah, sure. From what? And who are you anyway? Good luck. I am detached from the material world. Yeah, sure. You are so detached that you still believe that it exists, right? Meaning as separate from you. If the world is not perceived as separate from you, there is no world, it is you. See, you alone are. See, just even listen to spiritual people talking, it's more of the same nonsense, right? Right? For you to speak about non-duality, you must believe that there is duality also, right? To speak about liberation, the idea of liberation implies a belief that there is bondage, right? Even creator and creation, all that goes to hell. See, all these concepts disappear. Even the concept of absolute, because for speak about absolute, you need the relative. Then you will see that all that begins to cancel itself, right? Creator, creation, they cancel itself, right? Cause and effect, they cancel itself, right? Relative and absolute, I and you, see, they cancel itself. And that is the so-called one's natural state, the state where no thought, see, arise. The conceptless state. Is the absolute not knowing, but there is not even not knowing that you are not knowing. So that is absolute bliss. Not knowing is the best.
Actually, yeah.
Yes. Yes. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm listening to it at the same time you listen to it. I mean, it's not coming from the known, from the memory, right? It's just shows up when it's necessary. So, when are you going to the forest, Terry?
I'm having second thoughts about it now.
You can go live in the forest in a caravan with AC, maybe with solar panels. But what is wrong with comforters? I don't know. Even a monkey will put some leaves on the ground and make the bed more comfortable. A monkey will never eat an unripe banana or an overripe banana. If he doesn't like it, he spit it out. He's not worried about, hi, there must be so many poor monkeys. See, I will not waste it. Right?
That's true.
All this, it makes no sense. Right? And the monkey will never use a liquidizer to make banana juice, because if you make a juice, then the glucose, the fructose will. This is why you have saliva and you chew things. This is the best juice maker, is this one here. It takes a little bit longer, see, to make the smoothie, but
Maybe a little bit more lumpy, but it's okay.
yeah, you may chew the food finally, and then you will have double chin. This is laugh. Sorry, I forgot your name.
Shani.
Huh?
Shani.
Sorry again.
It's Shani,
Shani, like shining, Shani.
not shiny.
Shiny.
That's my thing.
So, Bernie is laughing as usual. I'm happy. Can you?
It's the best though, laughing.
Yeah. And see, you look like you look like Azim. Oh. Mika, camera is off, so I cannot say how she looks like. Azim will look sleepy, that doesn't put the camera on. Ah, there you are. Nasi having a break from translation today. So, time up. Okay, guys, see you on Wednesday.
Thanks.
Take care. Careful with the spiders. Bye, guys.